Welcome back to the channel, if you're joining us again. Should we see if we can actually get that caddy sorted in this video, as well as some other bits of pieces? You know, we've got MOTs going on, we've got repairs going on, all sorts going on. If you fancy seeing any of that and what we're going to get up to, stick around. Well, I mean, it's running nice enough at the minute, but we'll see what happens after a proper test drive again. He was coming up with injector number 1 last week. He can't make his mind up between injector number 1 and number 2. We replaced injector number 1 like months ago. So we phoned up the supplier and said, look, we've got a problem with this injector coming up. And they were really good, actually. Shout out to GSF. They just come and swapped it straight away within an hour of the phone call. And it's running like that. Let's see what happens. Dan, take that up the road again. Fingers crossed it comes back and it's not doing what it did last time. This is familiar, isn't it? That's the transit from a couple of weeks ago, done the wet belt on, and the poor bloke, honestly, can't catch a break. It went away. There's no issues with any of the work that was done with the timing belt and that. A week later, it started leaking water. That one had rubbed through on that mount. And of course, when I changed the vacuum pump, I didn't even pay attention to them pipes. That had been rubbing for quite a while from what we could see, and it just started chafing through. It just started to leaking. So come back in for a set of them pipes. They weren't cheap either. Off you go. Just over a week after that, he rung Dan up. He was coming back from wherever it was. All of a sudden, you know, it basically just cut out. The lights went, the wipers started to judder around and all this sort of stuff. The alternator's now let go. It's just, do you know what I mean? Like, can't catch a break. Bless him. So, that's back on the ramp again. I'm going to get that changed over. It's not a massively difficult job. They're a little bit fiddly to get out, but it ain't the end of the world. Just whilst we're under here, because I'm dropping that boost pipe off to take out from the top, just have a look at the seals and that from where we done the wet belt a few weeks ago. No oil leaking out of anything. All nice and dry. That's power steering. Headlight out. Obviously undo these bits, intake, boost pipe and that to get the access, and then other than that, undo that obviously. With the battery disconnected, I've actually just disconnected it from up there. Do the battery if you want, but it's more aggro. Take the tension off the tensioner, slide the belt off. Those bolts, I mean, they might be a bit fun to get out because they're open. Like, see the corrosion on that one. A plug there to unplug, and then that bolt there. And then, yeah, just wiggle her out. What's going to be the verdict? We've been gone for about half an hour on a road test. Is it alright? Bomb.
20 miles.
Oh, that's a bit of a relief, isn't it? It's only taken 3 weeks after originally coming in for an oil leak. Oh, glad that is sorted. Glad for him. Yeah, he's had a few problems with that van, but it looks like the last set of problems is sorted. Touch wood. Fingers crossed, touch wood, the lot. Get that load off of there. Flip the tab up. There we go. Oh, that looks good. Yeah, that looks a bit crusty in there. Better get some penetrant on that as well. Oh, it's tight, but it's not too bad. Yeah, look, all the corrosion on that, look. We'll get this cleaned up before it goes back in. Super shallow little sockets. Handy for getting in bits like this. Look. Bearing sounds good in there. Give it a couple of wiggles. Okay. Well, let's get that one back in. sure he's on them teeth properly. There we go. Good enough. Let's get this one gone and see what else we got next. Ow. And it's cold as well.
The engine's good.
Yeah, but your hands aren't. Turn the lights on. I don't. Yeah, God, it's too dark. I need a torch.
Turn the lights on.
Yeah, I did, but it don't make no difference. 40,000 miles. Look at her. What a beast. Yeah, we went and picked this up yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah. Picked it up yesterday. Battery is completely dead. Like, it didn't even register on the jump pay. MOT ran out in March, been off the road since then. It's one of our clients, it's their father's. And yeah, she come in, had a new battery, full service, MOT and that, and it idles really high. So what we'll do here, just check that valve out.
Just soak it, WD.
Yeah, see if we can get it loosened up a bit. Hopefully it'll be okay. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that, see if we can get the idle to sort itself out. Yeah, fill it up. Bubble, bubble, bubble. See what she does. Yeah. Sounds normal to me.
Is it really 2,000 revs earlier?
Yeah, it was idling like 2,000 revs, just over. A bit of GT85 goes a long way. Vivaro had done the clutch on last week's video. There was an alternator and a new belt sat in the truck. We're like, oh, whatever, done the job. Parked it back up in the car park, told him it was done. And like at the end of Friday, he was just like, oh yeah, I was going to do the alternator and belt in it. Do you mind doing it? And we were like, yeah, okay. Same as the clutch job. It's not straightforward. Anyone who knows these Vivaros, that section of bumper and that section of bumper have got to come off before we can get like the actual alternator out. Do you know what I mean? As well as the other bits. Just suddenly thought, you know, before I get too carried away, some information that might help anyone. If they want to remove, say, the front bumper of one of these, they're in a couple of separate pieces. This piece, that top piece, which sits obviously through there. All it is it just clips in at the sides and then poppers, so you just pop them out. And then you've got obviously the top part of the grille, pretty self-explanatory. A couple of T30s in there. The headlights, you've got a fix in there, a fix in there, and a fixing up in there. You've got that one, and then up in there is that. That's easy enough to take off. Bottom part of the bumper, you've got a fixing there on the side and a little dowel. You've got a fixing in the top up there. There's one in the middle. So like this one, this was just stuck on number plate, so we'll have to re-stick that. But there's one in there, and same this side, one there, and obviously this part, got one there, one there, one there, one there. Oh God, it's there. Right, you got to like lift it up and over it. There you go. See what I mean? Lift it over the bottom one, lift it through that one, and then once it's all unbolted from in there and that'll move out of the way and it'll come out of this hole. None of this like dropping it out the bottom or pulling it out the top or anything. You've got to take the front of the van off. Change your alternator. Obviously, first thing to do, disconnect your battery. That's under this tray on the passenger side on this one. 10mm down in there. Unclip that, lift that off, right? And I just shove an old bit of cardboard on the top. Little thing I always do. Take a photo of the way the belt goes rather than having to look it up on the system and that. That's your tensioner. Lever it that way, take the tension off, and then pull the belt off up there and on there, wherever you need to. Completely forgot. You got to take that pulley off the power steering pump to get to the top bolt, but there's access to it through this hole here, so it's not the end of the world. Oh yeah, we love working on these Vivaros, honestly. Just get them 8mm bolts off and then wiggle that out of the way, and then you can get to the 10mm on the top. There's usually a thumb bit trying to get it out to right at the top, but it'll be a bit stuck at the bottom. You need a decent bar that you can get through in and then lever off, so you have an issue with the bottom bolt as well. It doesn't actually make its way all the way out until you get to like a certain angle. Yeah, you have to just give it. I won't be able to get the camera in for what I want to do. We're loose after that wiggling around. I should have said earlier, actually, I got ahead of myself. Undo the first. Well, to be fair, you could undo it when it's loose, but I undo them straight away when they're fixed. But undo the cable. Now we can take that bolt out, and then the last thing is that electrical connector on there. Try and get it out of the hole. No. That's the only way of doing it. Walk it out. Might have walked it out the wrong way. Put that down there. Clutch ain't seized up on it though. Yeah. Well, that's that. We've got our new one, a new aux belt as well. What can we say? All of that for an alternator. You know, it's not bad to do, it's just you've got to take the front of the van off. It's not absurd these days, but if you're back in the old days, you know, alternator, a couple of bolts, manual tensioner for the belt, do you know what I mean? It's 3 bolts and pull it out the top. Can't complain. Same as every week, our car parking is absolutely full, as per usual. That process to fit the new one is the same, but in reverse. Obviously, we'll copper slip up some bolts and that, get that fitted, and then get it started and make sure we're charging. And we're back with the aftermarket rubbish again. That connector off the van will not fit in there because of, well, the aftermarket one. The little runners in the sides just aren't the same, so I've had to shave those guides down both sides in this tight little space, this knife like that. Run it off and off and off. Yeah, we love the aftermarket. Audio there. All fitted back up. New aux belt on. Before I put the front of the van on, I better put the battery back on, get it started, and make sure that alternator's actually charging the battery now. What we got? Yeah, good enough. Sweet. Get all this slot back on and roll the next one in. In there, obviously slow fill. I can't really pick it up on the camera, but that's where it feeds through. Be all down the tube, trying to get the reading. Obviously, you just look up the capacity, but still, you'd like to be able to check it. What we're saying? Ooh, yeah, fair play. Maybe while she's jolting around a bit. Got this little Qashqai on the ramp for car sales. Been for an MOT, failed on a few bits. Just going to write those now. Anti-roll bar D-bushes. Got obviously new dog bone mount. Got 2 drop links either side. All filter for the PDI. And then just chucked a new shaft in as well. And then that one will be ready to go. Don't drop the torch. Drop links for, you know, thick, they were knackered. Cut those out, standard procedure on pretty much all drop links these days. They're just so corroded on. So yeah, we'll get this finished up, and then on to, honestly, we're so busy this week. It's not even funny. The past, I don't know how many months, we're just flat out all the time. I want to get bits of footage of stuff. It's hard work when you're running around like nutters, but try my best. Try and get some stuff on here. Just a thought with this this Qashqai service reset procedure. So this is a 2013 Nissan Qashqai. It's a 1.6 petrol one with steering wheel clocks that look like this. So literally it's the simplest thing. Ignition on, right hand button, just twist it to one side, go down through here, service, and then just reset it and it will sort it out. Easy enough. Look. You can't see it because of the reflection.
No.
Down in there.
That's all it is. It's got a little tab there and there.
Yeah. That's just the heater control resistor, and they're right, you know, airbag out, etc. The first time we done one of them, took him like 2 hours to try and find it. If you don't know where it is, then that's what happens, isn't it? If you've got one of them Skoda Fabias and your heater resistor needs doing, that's where it is. Look at this, little old Suzuki Grand Vitara. It's in for a clutch. Oh, for one, yeah, got to get all of this lot out before you even go underneath. And then underneath, these things have got a whacking great big gearbox and transfer case. Same size as what comes in the L200s and that. It is, well, it's like 12:30 now. I've got to leave at 2 o'clock. I only started working on this, I don't know, not even mid-morning, so got the top apart. Let's see how far we can get underneath. Pretty clean actually, fair play. That's the second time dropping a torch in this video. It's in a stupid place really, isn't it? That's my fault. And then slide that on in. Yep. There's still a bit of oil left in the bottom of there. Lovely. Oh, there's the front. Bit of an oil leak on this thing, isn't there? I'm going to give that a quick wash before I start touching it, because it's disgusting. Don't want to get too dirty in this job, do you? On clutch sleeve. I can't be dealing with all of this lot. Also, I'm trying to handle it all, do you know what I mean? You're going to be absolutely covered. For the sake of a bit of brake cleaner in a couple of minutes. Fairly tight in there, look. That is the most awkward ones to remove out, which is nice. The rest of it is pretty self-explanatory. You've got a couple of bell housing bolts there, those are the studs I've just done. You've got a couple right at the top, and obviously those there for the starter motor. The very top ones, what we do on these is once this brace is out the way, angle the gearbox down, and then you can get to those top ones and then pull that massive lump out. I'm gonna quickly crack on with that, get that box out. I'm running out of time because I've got to go. I'll leave it there for this job and we'll catch back up with how bad the clutch looks in next week's video. That's pretty much it. Dan's struggling with a service reset on this hybrid Nissan. No,
Health check.
Yeah, that's it. Ooh, Dan's coming, he'll fix it.
I'll fix it with a big hammer.
Yeah. Having problems with our security gateway again. This is the second vehicle that's been between 2 and 3 years old that it won't work on. We'll pay a monthly subscription to be able to use it on these newer vehicles that are locked by the dealers, but yep, that's number 2 that it ain't worked on. Happy days. Everyday stresses yet again, but it is what it is. We'll get over it. We'll get it done in the end. We'll get everything sorted in the end. I'm gonna leave it there. We've been so busy this week Honestly, hang on a minute. This is, you know, Friday, 2 o'clock. That's ours, obviously. All those spaces are full. Parking on the side of the building's full as well. Yeah. Can't complain though, at least we know we're busy again going into next week. Diary's got quite a few bits in it. Coming up this time of year, can't complain at all. Even though we do. Because it's freaking freezing and all. Because we're flitting around and so busy, it's hard to just suddenly stop and start filming bits, but try my best. As always, thanks for tuning in. Following along the little journey that me and Dan are on at the minute. Have a look back through the channel. Might see some other videos that you like. And if you really like them, hit the subscribe button and we'll see you on the next one.